Dude, I was telling you, I listened to on the way to and back from the arena, I listened to the D Wade's podcast. He just started and he did it with Riley. It's Goosey's, dude.
Goosey's,
It's Goosey's, dude. I recommended
Goosey's
listening.
galore.
It was good.
Nice.
There was one great part though where Pat's like, if I had one regret, and D Wade's like, yeah. He goes, I think I practiced you guys too hard. And he goes, really?
Oh, okay.
Really?
That's it, huh?
He goes, you guys didn't even get it hard. He goes, Tim Hardaway.
Poor guy.
There was also a great story Pat Riley told on this where it was apparently Mrs. Riley, Chris Riley, puts together like a holiday party.
Yeah.
And you better not miss the holiday party. And apparently, like he had him like up against the wall, doing those wall sits.
Okay.
And he looks at the one player because everybody shows up for one player. He goes, didn't show up for the party, huh?
Okay.
And he goes, sorry, coach, I fell asleep. He goes, I tell you got to stay clear for the next 3 weeks. Because you don't go up against you best not cross the godmother.
That's amazing. I got to check it out.
It's a good podcast. Yeah, go check it out. It was really, really Goosey's. If you're a Heat fan, D Wade sitting down with the Riles for like an hour and a half. It was great.
Love that.
One coach player.
He's the only player that could get that too, right?
UD, I'd imagine.
You're UD, right?
But that's it. Duncan Robinson never got him on his podcast.
I mean, Duncan Robinson barely showed up for his own podcast. Trying to get guests.
Speaking of a coach-player relationship that didn't seem like it was going as strongly as D Wade and Pats did, Javon Holland. If you guys didn't see this, I'll put this up for our audience here on Twitch and YouTube. Vic Fangio gets doesn't. I guess they mutually part ways. He's now going to be the Eagles defensive coordinator, or whatever the hell that means. But Javon Holland, he goes to Instagram and he posts this video of himself. It's him with a handful of rocks that he punts down the street.
Wait, I guess his knee is okay.
I guess so. I guess he's feeling better.
That is hilarious. And he did soccer style. He didn't even punt it. Look, sideswiped it.
Going for the goal. Man.
Dude, can I just tell you?
I didn't realize it was like
great.
that.
That's hilarious. I don't think I've ever.
I was just about to ask, did you ever have a coach you hated that much?
No, but I will say this, that when Bill first took over the Browns, it was rough. You know what I mean? The thing that saved him was a lot of the guys were really young, so we just fell in line.
Mm-hmm.
We had like 6 older guys retire. It was like 2-a-days were brutal. We had full padded 2-a-days. I think when he first took over, we went 7 straight days of 2-a-days. So it was, it was brutal. You know how you see on Fridays, guys are just in helmets and shorts.
Yep.
We were in shoulder pads on Fridays.
Yeesh.
Like it was tough. But when you start to see yourself playing better and start to see better results out of what we were doing, you kind of forgot about all that and said, we needed, like, you can't keep doing what you were doing. You were 3-13 last year. Right.
Yeah, there was a lot. It's one of those. It is interesting because I think we all look at the defense, and you were mentioning like how it felt like, they kind of came together at the end to at least give their team a chance. But I think the style, probably especially the secondary guys, because Jalen Ramsey was liking on Twitter that he's gone. Cam Smith, second-round pick who didn't play at all, he just tweeted an unlocked emoji. That was his reaction.
So now he's going to be able to play.
That's what he says. Well, that's what I'm imagining he's putting out there.
I think part of the thing, and I could see how this would happen, is you have to understand these guys went from one of the most aggressive defenses in the league to very, very passive,
mm-hmm.
right? And it required See, when you blitz, you have more of an idea of where you need to be, right? As far as coverages, as far as, how you're going to do things. And everybody had to almost focus a little bit more because if somebody forgot their responsibilities on a blitz, some guys running wide open. Whereas Fangs was more of a, let's get after him with our front four, cover him up. But what you did was you took one of the weaknesses of your defense and had teams exploit it. And that is linebackers covered. So crossing routes, tight ends, running backs, all those guys around linebacker areas ate against the Dolphins. And the only time they got away with it was when the front four were able to get to the pass rusher quicker. So I understand it, but it just seemed to me that the defense looked better, even if they weren't blitzing as much.
They listen, there's a lot of talent. Certainly we recognized that they were pretty souped up. But I think like if you're a guy like Holland likes to, hit guys too. And if he's always having to roam around,
he's always deep. They play a lot of cover too, but two safeties deep, not
Javon
around the line of scrimmage.
Javon Holland's dad tweeted, "Love the parents getting involved in the NFL. It's the best." They've been talking about this on Get Up for a week with the Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
it's been like every day I tune in. They're like, "It's time for Get Up. Did you see what Dak Prescott's mom tweeted?" I'm like,
wow, mom. That's crazy because when my parents were together, my dad would look over at my mom and say, "Mm-mm."
Well, actually, I got it wrong. It was CeeDee Lamb's mom on Facebook, which makes it even more adorable because that's so mom that it happens on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And she posted, "Dak ain't it."
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But Javon Holland's dad posted, "Everybody loves the iPhone, but nobody likes the iPhone 1. #upgrade."
He likes his hashtags.
Wait, which is funny because you got to kind of follow it to know what he's saying.
Old.
Yeah, but
he's old.
But parents tend to just put it out there.
Yeah.
This was creative.
Yeah. No, the mom just putting "Dak ain't it."
Yeah. I like that one.
And then I think Micah Parsons' brother also said something.
Oh, he said Javon's dad is a coach.
A coach of who?
Oh, he knows coach speak.
Oh, okay.
He
coaches
he
football.
knows ball. Yeah.
He knows ball.
I do know this. That one of Javon Holland's greatest attributes is his ability to make plays all over the field. So if you take him and sit him in one spot and tell him you cover deep quarters or something along those lines and react to the ball, you're almost doing your team a disservice by not allowing him. Just imagine, say something like, and here's what's funny. Minka Fitzpatrick said they're using me out of position. So they got rid of him, and he went to Pittsburgh and made the Pro Bowl playing all over the place.
No, actually, the funny thing was, talking about this, it was his mom who said that. His mom said that on Twitter.
Right. So, yeah, I think, like, I get it. I understand it. It's sometimes when, and here's the thing. When you're used to dealing with Mike McDaniel, right, and see how he does everything, and then you go into a room and your coach is nothing like that, right? That could wear on you.
Well, it also seemed like Mike McDaniel had a really good. Well, he seems like he's had a good relationship with Jevon, and he seems like he has a really good relationship with Jalen Ramsey. But if Fangs comes here, it's like, well, he's got no input. He doesn't get to say anything. It's my defense. I don't say anything. Like, if you're Mike in that position, you probably feel crappy as a head coach because your hands are tied because
you put your guys in that spot.
Yeah, because they want to play a certain way. They want to play a certain way, but the coach, you can't talk to him because you don't have that relationship. So maybe that's why, like, a guy like Campanelli, who's younger, and Mike McDaniel would vibe with, because it's the guys that people know. And Javon Holland did endorse this, by the way, I guess you could say, on Twitter yesterday, because he like retweeted, "Oh, he would be a great candidate."
Here's the deal, though. I said it earlier. Everybody wants it their way,
Yep.
but they don't realize that responsibility to be successful falls on them,
Yeah.
right? If we bring in your guy, right, and you get everything you want, you better not go out there and lose.
Don't lose.
And that's a fact.
Mhm.
So the fact that
Don't lose.
maybe Mike McDaniel, maybe they got to Mike McDaniel and say, hey, we can do better. This is what we want to do. We can do better. And he says, okay, if he lets you and allows you to do it your way, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Take a quick break. Final hour of the show coming on up. Back after this.